Hi guys, we're in Lahore and we're at Shalimar Gardens Bagh, and it's from a Mughal period. Check this out, we're in Lahore, it's a Saturday, it's about 12 p.m. Check this out here, some history in the making. Just gonna go inside, just show you the outside area there, and we're gonna have a tour here. This is from the Mughal period. It's the gardens, you know, the Mughals had a life of luxury and they used to come here. So just quick prices there. For your car park, you're going to pay 20 rupees, so you can just gauge how much it's going to cost here. So just have it. Our car's parked over there. It's Saturday, so it's fairly busy. These guys have got like first aid here as well, which is quite a good thing. So if anybody does need some assistance, they can easily get that. So you've got kids from school having a little mooch around here, adults, visitors from out of town. Yep, so we're just heading off inside. A couple of brightly coloured lads there. So check the inner walls out over there. Gardens. Right, this is the ticket office here. Let's get some tickets. How much does it cost? ज़बान से बंदा जेरी मर्जी बोल सकता है ना, फॉरनर तो नहीं ना बंदा, तो साथ तकना रंग और रंग तको जे चिट्टा रंग है ना फिर आओ, जे चिट्टा रंग है ना फिर आओ फॉरनर।
टिकट कितने की है?
हाँ जी, नहीं ठीक है ठीक है। हाँ जी, yeah. So the ticket there, what's it cost? So it costs 20 rupees, guys, to enter the Shalimar Bagh. There's a ticket. So for those of you who are going to come, you know exactly what you're going to be paying. Right, so we've got our ticket. We're going to head off inside now and let's enjoy the gardens. Let the fun begin. We've got to go through security. Let's see how strict or decent this is. Love the wall shape. Look at that. This is original craftsmanship. Look at the door there. That wooden door as well. That's original. It's all original stuff there. So you can check the craftsmanship on this. The door, brilliant. Look at the metalwork on it. That's original as well. The woodwork. It's really, really good. Which guy?
He's got a bit of fucking mental problem.
You just got to calm down because that's on the record, isn't it? And you just want to show you the craftsmanship as we're coming through there. That is absolutely phenomenal. Look at the workmanship. I love original and authentic sort of materials and workmanship. This is solid wood. Looks like teak and feels like teak as well. So as we come through the gardens, you can see the original wall works there. These waterways will have had water in them in the past. Obviously you would have kept the area cool. You can see the centre ground there. Obviously now there's lots of houses built around the gardens, but back in the day this area would have been vacant. The Mughal emperors and the families would have travelled in from the palace, which is roughly about, I'd say about 5-6 kilometres away. So they would have come in the horse and carriages. But this is the infamous Shalimar Bagh. Really, really nice. You can see in the summertime it'll be more vibrant. Obviously it's winter here in Pakistan at the moment, so you're not going to get the same colours for the plantation. I love the way that building there has got a dome effect on it. Almost looks oriental, I mean like Chinese, that type of style. We'll have a look at that anyway. It looks very interesting, but you just sort of go back in time and just imagine this at its peak. It would be a fantastic place. just imagine that back in the day, it would have lovely colours, the original sort of paintwork on there. I'd like to walk around the building first and appreciate the workmanship. Look at that work there on the bricks. I think it's roughly about 500-600 years old, but we'll get the historical facts as we go closer to that. The sign works there, and that will give us the data. But again, here we would have had the water going through these channels around the canals all the way around. It would have kept the area quite cool, and then on top of that as well, it would have looked good as well. So again, in that era, they were sort of quite keen on gardens and sort of places of beauty. This certainly would have been one back in the day. So I'm just going to go into the actual pavilion as well, and we can see what it looks like inside. Lots of graffiti, obviously, over the time, you'd expect that. Lovely archways. Domed effects in the ceiling. See that workmanship there. Yeah.
Inside as well.
Yeah, it's the same, you know, the one when we went to Hassan Abdal. The same type of style. You're joking.
Yeah, just look at that. That's why I'm going round. I can't believe it.
You sure?
Cheap thrills.
Right, so we've got some historical information on the one of the boards here, so you can get a bit of a lowdown on what's going on here. So it's actually been inscribed as a World Heritage Site, which is, oh, I didn't know that, in 1981 under the UNESCO Convention. So, wow, that's amazing that it's a world-renowned registered site. So, and there's lots of other information on there as to what it was used for and by whom. So just put that information there. You can pause on there and sort of read through it. But yeah, it was sort of used by the Mughals of the period. So you've got the time actually there roughly. It's Shalimar Garden is located along the Grand Trunk. The main city garden was laid in command of Emperor Shah Jahan in 1627 to 1658. So around about 400-ish sort of years ago. But amazing, yeah. And now it is in Urdu as well. So those who want to read in Urdu, you can do. You can pause the screen and sort of zoom in and read that information. Shalimar Garden in Lahore. So we're going to walk around to another side of the garden as well. I just love history and I love geography, and sort of just trying to place myself back, you know, in time when this would have been a vibrant sort of garden with all the royalty there, all the nobles of the period. enjoying the garden and its sort of treasures. Coming up to one of the other main gates over here, and that again does look like an original gate, but we'll know as we get closer. Obviously some of the wood survived, some doesn't, but I think that may be a new one. Just sort of looks newer, that, doesn't it, the timber. Got a big door, grand entrance for when the Mughals will have come to the gardens. Just let's face it that way and you can see the splendour, and you just feel that history while walking in the grounds. You know, it just takes you back in time. You know, we could have maybe had a cup of tea with the Emperor, would have been nice. But they did like, the Mughals did like the gardens and the life of luxury, and certainly had it here. And this is just one of the gardens. There's plenty of other gardens, you know, but this will have been one of the favourite ones for them. So this is an original wall here, and you can see the materials that they've used. It's withstood the test of time and weather. You know, it's very well built. Fortunately, they're not maintained as well as I'd like to see them sort of maintained, but you know, what can you do about that? You can see like the structure there. Yep, you can see where the plaster's sort of flaking away in there. Limestone would have been used in there, and sort of pebbles. You can see the cracks forming in there. Amazing stuff. Right, this is one of the main buildings here, so we're going to have a little exploration there. I can see a sort of door there, that does look locked, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to go upstairs. Whoa. Oh, I think we're going to get a big surprise over here. It's, right, I think when we go through the entrance here, we're going to find a bigger garden on the other side, and there it is. That's the main garden. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there. So here's a grand entrance here. You come through the door. See like the works on the ceiling there. And we're going to come through the entrance to see what's beyond, and that is the grand garden right there. Hello there. Right, so we're just coming through the entrance here. Look at this workmanship on the plaster there, ceiling work. This is all original. So we do have some stairs here, and I'm going to sort of climb it there. Possibly have sentries stood here, just guiding the people in. very interesting. It's quite cool in here as well. And again, you've got a stairwell there. So now we actually enter the true garden, the main garden. Wow, that is enormous. That is what you call majestic right there. That truly is a wonder, and you can understand why it's been registered as a World UNESCO Heritage Site. Let's have a walk down the wallway. I want to see the walls. So this inner wall is original. You can see the typical bricks that were made in the Mughal period. It's quite a big garden, so really they had a lot of space here, a lot of privacy. Wow, the mass of the gardens really extend far and beyond. Just look at the workmanship in them walls. It's a very relaxed atmosphere, very calm. In contrast to the city out there, as soon as you leave the car park there, the walls of this garden, you're in a world of pain. There's so much traffic. It's total chaos. But again, we've come to another grand gate. You can see up there, there's a sort of a canopy up there, but I think that door's locked. We can't get up there. Oh no, look at that, man. That garden extends even further over there. Look at that. Wow. That is absolutely phenomenal. It's massive. Whoa. Oh, look at that. Look at that work on them walls there. Wow. Shalimar Gardens in Lahore. All right, I think that will definitely be the centerpiece for the gardens there. That would have held fountains and sort of a small, well, I say small, but quite a big pool. So we'll head over that way anyway. some stairs that go down. So from the upper level, this looks like the upper level, and one would have walked down these stairs, these grand stairs, and sort of gone into the lower level. But I want to sort of explore a bit further upstairs, and then we'll head further on over that side. But that garden is, you could get lost in here, you really could. So again, original works from the Mughal period. Look at that there. And again, you can see from the upper level, the lower level there where they're working away. Amazing works going on down there. Looks like they're draining that pool there. Another stairwell there that takes you down. We'll head down there a bit later, but I just want to, as I mentioned, have a look at the other areas first. You can see the grand work here going on. I think back then you'd have had a lot of guards in that outer area, and then in this area here you'd have had obviously the royals sort of parading around and relaxing, enjoying the surrounding area. And again, there's another nice feature there in the middle. You've got the fountains. You've got the fountains. You've got the fountains here in the middle, where again the water would have been filled. Would have looked amazing. I think in the summer you will have water here. In the winter they probably turned it off. But right, there's another signboard there, and we like signboards. I think that's a grave. We'll find out whose grave it is in just a moment. So I can read the sign there. It says Movercraft Building. So a graceful building, and it was built by Maharaja Ranjit Singh. All right, in the honour, well-known tourist William Moorcraft, where he stayed during his visit in the Maharaja's court in May 1820. In recent 2 years, Department of Archaeology, Government of Punjab has restored it to its original form and preserved the expanding. Restoration of the building also includes desalting and well repair, terracotta jails. Right, okay, so just gonna come over here and see the commemoration plaque that's on the wall. So again, the pavilion's been built by Ranjit Singh for the famous traveller William Moorcraft. Stayed during a visit in the court of the Maharaja in 1820 on his way to Turkestan, where he died in 1825. So again, some amazing history. Yeah, it's locked, so Just an empty room in there. Looks like school field trips come here as well. I can see the young kids in their school uniforms in droves. So just like in the UK, we go on trips. The kids here too will visit these historical sites. Wow, it's amazing. I'll tell you what, I know we've got a lovely park there in Middlesbrough. It's called Albert Park and we love it dearly. You know, we like to go there and sit down and have a picnic, you know, sit on the swings and whatnot, play tennis, do some bowling, go in the pond there on the boats. But this is another level, I tell you. It's absolutely amazing. But it's got the historical wow factor there as well, you know. It's very, very rich in history, and it's great to see. So just gonna sort of go over this side and have a look. But again, lots of fountain areas. Again, in the summertime that'll be very very nice, you know, with the waterworks there. Amazing sight, amazing. Easy bye. Steady tiger. Steady on tiger. Sheikh, the garden, this is only a part of it. Down there, it extends even further. It's a lower level, it's amazing. I want to show you the stairs over there. Is there a bug anywhere, Sheikh? Hey, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Again, another lovely building here. I'm not sure if we can go inside, but if there is a... Ask him, Chef. Look at this here, guys. That is amazing. Look at this. Just imagine this. Look at that work on there. Wow, that's original. Look at the colours. It's another gateway out. Beautiful. Yeah. Jack, do you want to just... Right, so we're just cutting across on the gardens here. Squirrels in the grass there. You've got birds enjoying themselves as well. It's full of life, and in the summer you can just imagine the colours coming out on the plants. It'd be amazing. Shalimar Gardens in Lahore, definitely a site to visit, guys. Highly recommended. Plenty to see, plenty to do. Sheikh! Sheikh! One sort of right guys, we are in Shalimar Gardens here in Lahore. Just taking some footage. You can see how the Mughals marvelled and took pleasure in their gardens. This would have been a waterway full of water with fountains all the way through the centre. The gardens themselves are massive, absolutely massive, and you'd love them. I know we have Albert Park in Middlesbrough, but I'll tell you what, you'll eat your heart out with this place here. Absolutely amazing. Some fantastic history here. You can see the workmanship on the walls there, the architecture, how the Mughals built these over 400 years ago. They're still standing, a remarkable fate. If you go by time and weather, but amazing. We've got some more features further down, and we'll show you some more footage over there. It was built by the Maharaja Ranjit Singh in honour of the well-known tourist William Moorcroft, where he stayed during his visit to the Maharaja's court in May 1820. In the recent 2 years of development archaeology, government of Punjab has restored it to its original form and preserved by expanding a reasonable amount of restoration on the building. It includes desalt as well as repair terracotta, beautiful terracing body of the ceiling. So this is the building here. There is a sort of a plaque on the wall which we're going to have a look at, and it says in this pavilion built by Ranjit Singh, the famous traveller William Moorcroft, which was the famous traveller stayed during his visit of the Royal Maharaja in May 1820 on his way to Turkestan, where he died in 1825. So this is where the guy stayed. This is the building, and it's been restored to its original sort of shape. There's like a lower ground area there. It would have been quite cool in the building, and it's in sort of like the centre area of the gardens. It's sealed, so we can't go inside, but I did look a little early. It's just sort of an empty sort of room now. Obviously nothing in there, no one's in, but beautiful surroundings from the time of Ranjit Singh, around about 1820, so about 200 years ago. I think there's a sort of a well over this side. We'll just have a so it's quite a deep well. The water's been sealed off, and actually I think that basement level that I was looking at the front where those iron bars were, there's a sort of window down there which possibly you could have had access to that well as well for the building, so you wouldn't have to come outside. Absolutely amazing, lovely histories in Shalimar Bagh in Lahore from the Mughal period. Right, so we've just about meandered and navigated the upper area. So the lower level here, as you can see, is just as exquisite, possibly even higher in grandeur. Look at the workmanship over there on the walls, and we'll see them closer as we go down. But just to give you a precursor, check the wall work out here. Look at that there. Got to give the respect where the respect is due. These guys knew exactly what they were doing. Absolutely immaculate workmanship, engineering for 400 plus years. Right guys, so I'm going to go downstairs now to the lower level by using one of these stairwells that have been created, and they're original as well. You can see the brick workmanship as you go downstairs. Very, very cleverly made. So I'm just going to have a little walk down there just to see what's going on down here. So the water would have been channeled from there, from upstairs, and would have fed into the canal here and worked its way down, and then eventually into the bigger canals. Wow. The thing is here, where do you start? The thing is, it's all beautiful. Again, there you can see the original walls. They would have had colouring in there, but obviously the test of times took that way. So sort of walk around here a bit. You can see the colours, some of the colours retain some of that brickwork there. This red brick was famous, and indeed the castle and the Badshah Masjid have this colour as well. And there you've got the fountains over there. There's another stairwell there. Shalimar Gardens in Lahore. From the Mughal period, just over about 400 years ago. Would really truly have been a marvel in that period, at that time, to have seen such a spectacular garden. I'm sorry. The guy's doing some maintenance here. Looks like they're taking out the silt. So they've drained the pools. Just doing some maintenance, which is always a good thing for improvement. Okay. I'm Sam. These guys are doing some maintenance there. So it's, as I mentioned, you know, they're clearing it out, so it's probably ready for the summertime. Any works that they need to do, they can get all of that completed. But yeah, it's good. What I've noticed is there are a lot of youngsters that are here, which is a good thing. They're taking pride in their heritage and history. And again, you can see the workmanship here as well. Look at that there, the flowers on the ceiling, absolutely amazing. And the thing is here, the people that would have spent their time here would have enjoyed it dearly. So I think this is the centre point where Possibly the king and queen, the emperor, empress could have sat in the middle of a lake there, man-made fountains all around, and they could have walked across that walkway there to the centre and enjoyed some tea, refreshments, even company as well. So again, the waterways I think drop down to another third level, which is over that side. So we've come from the top, which is the upper level. This is the second level here, and I think we go down to a third level over there. So the way they've done it is remarkable. I think the water's going down continuously, and there must have been a way that they were able to bring the water back up to the upper level, which would constantly feed the water supply, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's amazing to see. I mean, again, you know, the history, I love history, as I mentioned, I love geography, and I sort of get taken back in time, and I can picture myself 400 years ago here. You know, you will have had a lot of gardeners working here to keep the place prim and proper, and then you'll have had the guards that will have been around the perimeter fence walls, and then obviously the people who are enjoying the gardens as well. So you can just see it, feel it, and experience. I really can go back in time. I feel that connection, you know. I really love it. It's great. Chair, can I just do I think the centre point, which is the main sort of jewel in the crown, if you want to term it like that, of the gardens, and here it is. So this would have been, you can just sort of picture it, a pool of water with fountains surrounding it. You've got sort of a walkway that goes into the centre, as you can see there, and that centre point there, I believe, is where the emperor, the empress would have sat there, and they would have had their, I want to say cool lemonade, but actually they probably would have had lemonade there. Maybe not as we know it, but certainly I know Shakwenji was a nice, cool, refreshing drink, and the tea possibly where they would have entertained, you know, dignitaries, guests, and whatnot. But this would have been an absolute, you know, jewel to see in its day, in its zenith. You know, water there, you've got it nice and calm, you've got plenty of gardeners working around trimming. You know, you've had the soldiers on the perimeter walls, and the gardeners, you know, down there. And actually, if you look at it, you've got an upper level there, which is where we started off from. This is a centre area, which I would say is a second level. And then there's a third level there as well. So what would have happened is the water would have been rotated at the top. It would have flowed down into the canals lower down, and they would have fed this fountain area here, this pool. And then from here, the water would have ran down into the lower level. So it was constantly streaming, and somewhere or another down there, they would have engineered a way to bring the water back up as well. So it was constantly flowing. Amazing. It would have been amazing to see in its peak time, and wow, what can I say? I mean, I'm lost for words. This is absolutely amazing. This is a nice shot here, Sheikh, from here, straight down. Yeah, I know, I've already analysed it. That's why I said it, because I looked first. It's right from the top all the way down. Get a shot from the middle, Sheikh. Hey, sure. I wonder what those pigeonholes were for on the side there.
Those?
Yeah. Somewhat unusual.
That's not unusual. They must have equalized kids or something. Maybe a time.
Right guys, we're going down to level 3 of the gardens here in Lahore, Shalimar Gardens, from the Mughal era. And again, same splendour, very pretty. So these are the stairways down. Great for bringing the family and having picnics, you know, it's a good sight. Some shots down here, Shah. Right, so there we can see the water would have travelled through down into the third area here. They've got it sealed off. It'll be in the service entrance. Can you imagine it in the day, Sheikh, how it would have been? Would have been absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it, really? Hey? Do you want to get a shot of us from there, Sheikh? Right, check this wall out, guys. I just want to show you the craftsmanship of the engineers 400 years ago and how they built this wall, and it's still standing testament to their craft and handiwork. Here's the wall here. The bricks are red bricks and they will have been baked solid. They're not as thick as or wide as the ones that we're used to in the UK, but these babies have stood the test of time. They've been filled up with sand and mortar, obviously you can see there, and that's even lasted 400 years as well. But you can see the magnificent work that they've done. It's a tall wall and that would have kept out people. There's gates surrounding the whole perimeter, so each gate probably would have specific types of people would have come through that, i.e. soldiers would have come from a specific gate, or the gardeners, or the supplies, etc. But absolutely amazing. Just coming to one of the main gates here, and we've just noticed some of the colour, and we're gonna sort of, oh, that's an original gate there. You can tell the way it's been eaten up by time. Wow, that's amazing. Now, look at that, guys. Wish you were here. Look at that colour. I'm just sort of hoping or pondering if that was original. May not, maybe not. It's because it looks like it's got some plaster, new plaster on there. But you can imagine that's how it would have looked like. They're just trying to recreate what possibly was there when it was in its zenith time. Lovely colours. So as you would have come in, you would have been met with the colours, garden colours, flowers on the enamel. and then you would have seen the garden obviously coming in back here. You've got a lovely canal there with fountains there. So we've just discovered that there are some stairways to go upstairs here, so we're going to sort of have a little next one. Right, yeah, we've just been told it's the next one. Want to come upstairs here. Oh right, look at that, that's nice. So just going up the stairs to see what's up there. Get a nice view as well. Right, oh, it's tough work this. Right, it's very narrow. Right, we've got upstairs and we're gonna sort of get like a view of what you would have seen. Oh, that's absolutely amazing. So, got the gardens there, the fountains over here. We can't actually see over the wall. Yeah, the electrical wires there, so it's a bit dangerous. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. It's true.
But it's same as the
Yeah.
Jahangir's tomb place.
Yeah.
Exactly same. Because Shah Jahan got these built, you see.
Yeah.
So he had the same
Vision.
vision on it.
It's true.
Yeah. And in Spain, all these niches are in but odd numbers. They're not even.
So a lot of gates that surround the perimeter wall. Lots of entrances. Just gonna step into the fountain area. So I've got a Well, actually, here's a good example of what the fountains would have looked like with the water in. Actually, what makes it even look better is the reflection of the sky in there. Looks really good. really extensive gardens, guys. Look at the size of this place. I mean, you could just wander around here all day long and still not see it all. Right, guys, we're coming towards the, so dare I say, at the end of the garden. So massive garden, this, absolutely phenomenal. You can see the original works there. All the footpaths are original. You can see the same style of bricks, but you can see the way they've shaped it as well. Made like a hexagon there, so that's interesting. But it made a different sort of shape. But you can see all the original, the brickwork, I can say, but the colouring's all gone obviously over the period of time that it's been built. It would have sort of washed away, but phenomenal, absolutely massive gardens, extensive gardens, and you could, as I said, walk all day long and you still wouldn't reach the end of them. Sort of a small little pond here as well. You can see the workmanship, the architecture there. All original work, still intact, the wall anyway at least. Well, one thing you can say, the Mughals really lived it. They really had it bang on. Amazing stuff.